Hello everyone, this is UC Campbell here, and it's now time for another episode of This Week in Smackdown, April 29th, 2011. Smackdown started off with a promo with Randy Orton coming out right away, talking about his time on Raw and what he's going to be doing on SmackDown. He gets interrupted at that point in time by Drew McIntyre. McIntyre comes out and says just how disappointed he is about moving over to Raw because he's going to miss out on facing Randy Orton and talking about what he would do to Randy Orton. And this led to him getting an RKO. Orton looks like he's about to go ahead and talk again and immediately gets interrupted by Alex Riley. And before Alex Riley could even say a word out there, gets RKO'd. And once again, he's about to go ahead and talk. And this time it leads to Alberto Del Rio coming out and interrupting him and once again discussing about his time on SmackDown and how the fans are going to miss him on SmackDown and how the show's going to suffer with him heading over to Raw. And it looks like they're about to, he, Brutus Clay, and his announcer dude are going to be attacking Randy Orton. This led to Christian coming out and helping out Orton. And they fend all of them off, and it leads to Theodore Long making a tag match between Brutus Clay and Alberto Del Rio versus Christian and Randy Orton later that night. All in all, for the promo, it was a very classic promo. It was just a promo that looked like you have one of your main guys out there, one of the mainstays, and out there trying to talk, and essentially just getting interrupted at every chance that he could to try to talk. It was just a very classic promo. Usually they do that with the heels, but this time they did it with the face with Randy Orton. Very good promo. Up after that was essentially Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston coming out, which is looking like his last match on SmackDown. Once again, I'm going to continually look at my notes just to make sure I know what's coming up next. But Kofi Kingston comes out for what is his last match on SmackDown, does his boom 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 at the beginning, and immediately gets attacked by Sheamus. This just led to a straight beatdown from Sheamus to Kofi, and honestly, I think this was a good way for Sheamus to be thrown into SmackDown. Hopefully they're going to make him a dominant heel on the program, and all in all, it was a good way to bring him into the show. Up next, Michael Cole in the ring again. What can you say? He's gonna discuss his just like he does in the announcers booth. He is going to put over his match at Extreme Rules with JR and King, and then he's going to introduce Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger comes out for his match, which was against Sin Cara. Sin Cara being moved over to SmackDown from the draft, I think was a good move. He doesn't always botch his spots, but on Raw you can't cover up the times that he does do it, and with high flyers you're going to get that. The match overall between Sin Cara and Jack Swagger was a pretty good match. It didn't look like it was edited at all, so obviously no botch spots. And all in all, quick match, good match. You have the ending where Jack Swagger was handed a foreign object by Michael Cole, but never got a chance to use it. Sin Cara victory rolls him, gets the victory, and gets out of Dodge. So, like I said, all in all, decent match, and hopefully we'll be seeing more out of Sin Cara in the future. And like I think I've said a few times on over the other programs, is it's time to get Michael Cole off the announcer's table and let him be a heel as a manager for Jack Swagger. He should be able to get Swagger over very well as a heel. So hopefully the move for Swagger over to Raw will indicate that will be happening here in the near future. Next we got is the Big Show and Kane versus the Core. Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel for the tag team titles. Their rematch from the week before. Essentially, the winner. Once again, the winners were Big Show and Kane. Big Show did a very good job in my mind of making the Core look like a legitimate threat. Like he sold the initial beating very well, and honestly, this just goes to show that Big Show can sell and can put people over. It was by no means a great match. It was pretty much a squash match for Kane and Big Show, but show put over Slater and Gabriel pretty well in my mind. So not bad there. We got next is Mark Henry versus Rey Mysterio. This pretty much was a dominant match by Mark Henry. It was just to show him as a heel again. It did, and they did that very well. It looked like Rey was going to be making a comeback, and as he was going to finish the match, Cody Rhodes comes out and attacks him, making the disqualification. This led to Cody Rhodes starting another beatdown on Rey Mysterio just like the week before around the arena. And honestly, this is also a good way to show what could happen at Extreme Rules in the long run with a Falls Count Anywhere match, because the match can go anywhere in the arena. So hopefully with this lead up, it will also be about the same way at the pay-per-view match. And all in all, it was also a good way to bring Mark Henry in as a heel again as well, since they made him do a heel turn on Monday night. Next match that we had was Michelle McCool versus Layla. This match essentially ended in a double countout. This is also leading into their match at Extreme Rules 4, which is a no DQ, no countout match in the loser leaves WWE match. So essentially, but once again, essentially it was another Divas match, and what can you say when you're only given 3 or 4 minutes again? But hopefully they'll get more time, and it seems like rumors going around that Michelle might be taking a few months off or a little bit of time off. So who knows what's going to actually happen, but that it is what it is at this moment in time, and it does look like Lay Cool's fully on the breakup path. Last match that we had was, of course, the main event that was made earlier in the night, Christian and Orton versus Alberto Del Rio and Brutus Clay. A good long match for television purposes, and once again, Orton, of course, is going to have to go over on his first night on SmackDown. He goes over on Brutus Clay with the RKO, and it just was an all-in-all good match in my point of view there. They did what they needed to do for Sunday and for the future. But so all in all, for the overall show, I think they did a pretty good job. I think they did better than Monday Night Raw did this week with the whole draft show. Because it felt like the draft show was just nothing more than the future of Raw, when they needed to also be promoting their Extreme Rules pay-per-view. But you got mostly what's going to be happening later on Raw versus on SmackDown. It was a good mix of what you're going to be seeing in the future and what you're going to be seeing this Sunday. They promoted the pay-per-view match as well as promoting people that are going to be on the show in the future after the pay-per-view. So all in all, good show. Good go-home show for WWE Smackdown on this one. That's pretty much all I have for this show, everybody. Thank you for watching This Week in Smackdown, and talk to you guys later.